Hello and welcome back to another OMNIHEROES video. In this video we're going to have a look at Lilith at 8 stars. We're just going to see how well she performs. I was able to get an additional copy of her through the Oath Recall event, so we will go ahead, quick select, and we can level her up to 8 stars and see what we get for our book effectively. So what this will do, firstly, unlock the striker synergy. The striker synergy is, I don't think it's going to be super important for her. And the reason I don't think it's going to be super important is because there's only really one striker on the Ethereal's team. If we have a look at this entire lineup, there is only one Ethereal striker. That is Lysandra, as long as we are not including Bjorn. If you include Bjorn on your team, fair enough, but why are you running Bjorn? Let's be honest. Go ahead and quick advance you. But yeah, so we've got her up to 8 stars. Now we get that striker synergy, and it's very effective. Even at 2 strikers on the team, increase the attack of synergy mates by 25% every round. You can also run Cleo or Victoria on the team as well in order to get that 3rd striker synergy. So just something to keep in mind there. And then what else do we get for 8 stars? Well, firstly, we get her ultimate attack up. Lilith now deals 608% physical damage to backline enemies. And we get this up to level 2 during odd numbered rounds. Lilith increases attack and max HP of all allies by 200%. Now the 100% was really effective, so having her adjust at 6 stars, it was really quite nice actually, because the main problem with the Ethereal synergy is that the damage share that you get. So at the start of battle increases crit rate by 25% and crit damage by 40% for all allies. And then if you have 3 Ethereal's relics, you get HP bond buff as well. So at the start of battle, Ethereal synergy mates will obtain a HP bond buff, increasing damage reduction by 10%. So you do get that HP bond buff. Bound heroes share the damage taken. So if I were to take a massive hit on round 1, for example, and I didn't have any holy shield protection or anything like that, I would effectively, my entire team's HP would go all the way down. It just happens with the Ethereals. That is their one main drawback. It's really tough to overcome sometimes. Really tough, because you just get one shot on the first one. Now what happens is, if say for example you were to take lethal damage with Ethereals, then the damage is not shared. It just goes straight, just one unit goes straight down. But with the new passive, or with the passive at 6 star for Lilith, what that means is they're going to get an additional 100% HP. If you have her at 6 stars, and now we have her up to 8 stars, they're going to get an additional 200% HP. So it just means for that first 2 rounds, while you are waiting for Elisha to build up as much as possible, using those crits, it does mean that you are going to survive that first round. So what we'll do, we are going to pop Eudora on this team. So we do have our 2 deviants here. We have Lilith and Lysandra, and we also have Eudora on the team as well. Karnak is here for the healing and also the increased crit rate, and Elisha is here primarily for the attack, and HP increases over time as well. So let me jump straight into, oh crap, forgot the runes, bear with me. Well, round 5 without runes, so not runes, relics, sorry. Let me go ahead and change these up. So we will go ahead and pop you in, the Pharaoh's sarcophagus. The reason that I'm doing that is because it increases crit damage by 100%. So crit damage of ultimates increased by 100%. We will also go with you. So Excalibur increases the crit rate of all allies. So you add a crit rate boost for this particular relic, and that's what we want. We want as many crits as possible as quickly as we possibly can. You can also consider using Gourd as well, and I'm going to use Demon Bane Whip as it has just recently been released in the shop, so you are able to pick up copies of that using your excess stones from relic summons. This though, it does increase max HP of all allies by 75%. As well. So we'll just see how well Lilith does down this bottom left hand corner. So remember, we do have an increase of 200%, really quite strong. So this will hopefully start to do? We'll start to do fair chunks of damage. We did freeze a lot of the enemies as well. We now get an increase in crit rate because of the Excalibur, and also crit damage. So as you can see, we have crippled the entire enemy team, and we're just going to start building up and building up and building up. So we go into the next round, we get all of our buffs removed, of course, but that's not going to matter altogether too much. As you can see, we are increasing our attack and HP. And something to note, if you look below Lilith, she has a purple symbol below her, which means that she cannot die this round. That is the fortitude effect, or the invincibility effect that she gets every 2 rounds, or every even numbered round. She cannot die. And now we've completely frozen all of the enemies as well. So we are starting to do much more damage. We'll move into round 3 here in just a second. And when we do, we get an increase in max HP and max attack as well. So that is just going to pump Eudora's damage through the roof. It really is. It really is going to pump it through the roof. Yeah, so let's see how much damage that Lilith is going to do here. So actually, a fair chunk, 1600 compared to Lysandra. My Lysandra is 11 stars, and so has a lot of, we get the execute as well, double execute from Karnak, that's quite nice. But again, so Lilith has output more damage at 8 stars, even though she does have the seasonal buffs and all that, she's outputting more damage than Lysandra is at the moment. So let's try this again. We'll do it one more time, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take her into some PvP and see how well she does, because my benchmark for PvP is around 3 stars, or sorry, 8 stars. Again, I think that I think this team is going to be very strong. Maybe not against enemy Gaia, but we'll see. We'll see how much or how impactful that additional 200% attack and HP is for the team. So we did bind and stun the entire team. We are trying to cripple them as much as possible. As you can see, we have now frozen, or we have bound each of these units as well, so we are just not going to take any damage. It is a cool looking super attack. It is warming. I am warming up to it. Unfortunately, no crit there, which is very odd, because we have done a lot of crit increases already. But Elisha should take a lot of the damage here. Yeah, so she takes a lot of damage. We increase our crit rate even more. A miss from Karnak. It is what it is. Let's see how much damage Eudora it's going to do now with the increase. So that's an additional 400% HP, 400% attack for Eudora, and the rest of the team as well. Lysandra here doing reasonable amounts of damage too. Nowhere near as much as Elisha, of course, but every time a unit takes action, Elisha is increasing her attack as well, which is why she's outputting more damage than the rest of the team, just in case you were unaware of that. So we do get the crit increases from Karnak's ultimate attacks, and its active skills. We get a fair bit of damage from Eudora as well, and the ability to freeze. And even, I mean, Lilith is outputting more damage now than Eudora did against both of them. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, that's actually very strong. Very, very strong. And how much is Lilith going to do here? That is a lot. That is more than Eudora put out. That is way more than Eudora put out, actually. I mean, Eudora did overall more damage, but she's doing 10 attacks every single round. And on her ultimate round, she's doing 20 attacks. So, again, Lilith getting up there, that's reasonable for me. So let me jump into some PvP, and we'll see how things go. Okay, so we are back for some PvP, and as you can see, we are going up against a relatively strong team as well. Enemy Eudora, enemy Gaia, enemy Lilith, Ophelia and Elisha as well. And we've got on our team, we've got Eudora, Karnak, Elisha, Wukong and Lilith. I'm not going to run Lysandra in this particular position. I want to see how well Wukong interacts. Even though we do have the Striker synergy unlocked, I do want to not prioritize that, but I do want to see how well Wukong can interact with what Lilith is providing. So we do get the attack and HP increases of 200% at the start. We do bind enemy Lilith as well. Any silence? Yep, so we got a silence on Elisha, which is a bit of a shame. We won't see Elisha's attack here. Enemy Eudora goes first, of course, because we do have enemy Gaia on here, but fortunately did not freeze our Gaia. Did not freeze our Eudora, which allows us to increase our HP and add some freeze onto the enemy as well. We increase the crit damage that we are going to do, and then we do trigger Gord as well, which will trigger Wukong, and he will start to get some crit damage as well. As you can see, damage is going up and up and up. Enemy Lilith doing significant damage to us, freezing us, but remember, our Lilith cannot die this round. If you look below Lilith, she does have that the purple mark there. So as you can see, our Karnak has gone down, but we also have our Eudora to proc next as well, and we also have our Lilith. She still can't die. That Lilith is still not going down. This is what I mean. So shame. Why is that? Why is that? Okay, well, if that's how we need to fight, then that's how we need to fight. So I guess what we'll have to do, jump back in. Where are you, Snowman? Here you are. We'll jump into solo duel, and then we'll take out Wukong. And of course, we need to run Gaia because she's still broken as anything. So let's jump in and let's see how well we do here. We still have our Deviant synergy and we have our Celestial synergy here, but we are acting first this time as well. Freezing enemy Gaia and freezing enemy Eudora as well, doing a lot of damage. Remember, Lilith is giving all of our units an additional 200% HP and 200% attack as well. So that's why she's able to do so much damage here. Very, very strong. And we're getting those crits in as well, increasing our HP and increasing our attack as well. Very, very strong. Unfortunately, our Eudora has been frozen, is what it is, but we move into the next round. And again, that's why Gaia is so strong, is because if you run her, you will probably win. However, what I want to do is I want to test. So bear with me. I'm going to test the team without Gaia on it. Here we go. So I've managed to find a team. Thank you to whoever's team this is. I will show your name in a second, but there's no Gaia on this enemy team, so we will be able to jump in and just see how well we do. Remember, we're getting that additional 200% attack and HP increase right from the start of battle, which means that we should be able to survive any hits that the enemies do to us as well. Eudora to proc first. We have bound enemy Astrid as well and frozen half the enemy team. Again, this is a very, very competitive team. The only thing that does beat us, unfortunately, is Gaia and Eudora acting before we do. So it is what it is. But I still think this is a very, very competitive team and we'll see you through. As long as enemies don't have Gaia involved, you should be able to act normally. So we do get enemies, that's Talos bound as well, Talos bound, and we get Astrid bound. She is frozen as well, and Eudora to perform a second ultimate. So it is really about pumping up Eudora as much as we possibly can. Also, please keep in mind, Lilith is invincible on this round, so even if she were to get one shot by a random unit, she wouldn't be able to go down. We did see that in the last one as well, but yeah, it is so strong. It really is. And then we've got another WhatsApp message, of course. But yeah, Karnak to finish things off here. Not bad. Yeah, I think she is a real asset to the Ethereal's team. I think she's really strong. She's really impressed me, Lilith. Specifically now that she boosts teams up by 200%. And remember, it isn't just Ethereals that she boosts up, it is the entire team. So if you do want to boost your team up during odd numbered rounds, Lilith increases the attack and max HP of all allies. It's not all Ethereal units, it is all allies as well. So just something to keep in mind when you are trying to build around Lilith. She is spot on. You don't really need to build around her. You can pop her in and she will increase the attack and HP of your allies by 200%, stacking up to 5 times, up to that 1000%. So the longer the match goes on, the more powerful Lilith becomes. It's just something to keep in mind. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about her. And yeah, we'll catch you in the next one. See you then.